Hello and welcome to this new video. In this video we're going to attempt a question from 2015 paper 1 August paper, and the question is coming from bearings. Okay, so the question states that the diagram beside shows triangle PQR in which R is due east of Q. Angle PQR is equal to 135 and angle QPR is equal to 33 degrees. Calculate the bearing of P from R. So we've been told that we have a triangle PQR, okay, with angles PQR having an angle of 135 degrees and angle QPR having an angle of 33 degrees. Now the question is saying that let's find the bearing, okay? Let's find the bearing of P from R. So if you go on our diagram, we can see that P is right here. This is the line from R going to P, and our point R is right here, okay? So basically, what we simply do is, okay, we have R here, and we have Q there, and we have P. Okay, so the angle here has been given as 135 degrees, and this one is 33 degrees. So the question is saying, calculate the bearing of P from R. We always focus where we are coming from. Okay, so meaning that we go on point R because it's saying from R. So we go on point R and we draw an imaginary North Pole. So we construct an imaginary North Pole on that particular point, which is point R. For us to find the bearing is simply an angle. So meaning that to find the bearing of P from R, we need to move from the North Pole, okay, all the way to the line coming from R going to P, because they are saying from bearing of P from R. So meaning we have to make this angle here, okay? So when we identify the whole angle up to this point, then we will find the bearing of P from R. Now if we look at the properties of angles, you agree with me that from this point to this point the angle is 180 degrees, which is coming from the property of a straight line, okay, angle on a straight line. Okay, so basically from this point to this point we know it's 180 degrees. So meaning that if I was to identify this angle from here, okay, to this point, then we know that the bearing of P from R will be the summation, okay, from this point all the way to that point. But now, how can I find this angle? Okay, so let's try to call this angle X. How can I calculate for angle X? Let's try to apply a certain property of a triangle. The property of a triangle says that all the interior three angles in a triangle should add up to what? To 180 degrees. So meaning that if I say, because I have 33 degrees and 135 degrees, all I need is to know this angle so that it can help me get this angle which we are naming X. Let's try to call this angle Y. Okay, so meaning that the property of a triangle says all the interior angles, when we add all of them, we should get what? 180 degrees. So then we can say, let's find this angle here. So what is 33 plus 135? We're going to have 168 degrees plus 1 is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, Y will be the subject of the formula 180 degrees minus 168 degrees. So what is angle Y, which is going to be 12? 180 degrees minus 168 is 12. So meaning that this angle here is 12 degrees. Now, let's go back to the question here. Try to get the point, which said that in which area, this is our point area here, in which area is due east. The moment you find a statement saying due east, it means that the line coming from Q going to R will meet, okay, will intersect the North Pole at an angle of 90 degrees. So meaning that from this point here to this point, it's 90 degrees. Now, how am I going to get angle X? Angle X is basically going to be X plus Y will give us what? Because we can see that from this point to this point, it's a 90-degree angle. Let me try to magnify it on this point. We have the North Pole like that, then we have R there. So we have this angle here as 90 degrees, which is being divided into two angles. The other one, which is Y, equal to 12 degrees, and the other one, which is X. So meaning that if I add Y plus X, it should give me what? 90 degrees, right? So we have found that Y is 12. So we'll say, make X the subject, 90 minus what? 12, okay? 90 minus 12. So X will be what? 78 degrees, okay? So this angle here is 78 degrees. That means that we can now calculate the bearing. So we can say therefore the bearing, okay, of P from R is equal to, remember we said that the bearing of P from R is the angle from this point coming from the North Pole straight up to the line which is coming from point R heading towards point P. So meaning that from this point to this point it's 180 degrees, which came from the property of a straight angle, or an angle on a straight line. And then we had to find a way to find this angle for us to be able to know the total angle from this point to that point. Therefore, we are going to say the bearing is going to be 180 degrees plus 78 degrees. So this will now give us 258 degrees. That is the bearing of P from R. You can leave a comment in the comment section, ask a question, and if you want me to continue making videos and answering more questions on the topic bearing, you can still request and I will continue making videos on bearings. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed